This is actually your second time on our Tech Talk, so we appreciate you being a repeat attendee and speaker with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, and we're excited. Appreciate it.
So while you might be a returning visitor, this might be a first time for some of our viewers. Can you give our watchers a little bit of a rundown of what Sierra is and where you guys really came from?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sierra, we're a manufacturer of CAD/CAM tooling. So all the milling burrs that are going into all the different CAD/CAM milling machines in the labs. And we're specialized down. That's all we do. We're focused on creating a premium product and being the premier supplier of that tool to the industry. And so since about 2008, we've been partnered with Zahn to bring this value to the industry. We were the first company to bring in a true diamond CVD tool to the dental industry. And for those of you guys who are using diamond tool, the value is very clear there. We 10x'd the yield that labs were getting. And it was a really quite a game changer for digital. And so we've grown organically on that and working with Zahn as a great partner. And nowadays we're continuing to innovate and look forward.
You mentioned the diamond coated burrs, and absolutely more familiar to those that are milling, but what exactly does it mean to somebody who doesn't maybe know how that might be different than other burrs in the market?
That's a great question. So, the vast majority of us are milling zirconia in the lab. And if you've ever worked with it, you know that it's a very abrasive material. And so when you're cutting it in a CAD/CAM machine, it's constantly abrading the tool. So in order to make the tool last longer, we actually coat the tool in diamond, and we use a process called CVD, which stands for chemical vapor deposition, in which the crystalline diamond, real chemically pure diamond, is grown directly onto the tool. And it's a technology that's been in place for aerospace technology, and it comes out of Silicon Valley back in the mid '90s. And we were the first company to bring that into the dental industry and really help labs take advantage of that technology.
And you've been in the market for a while now. What are you hearing from customers and users on the difference between your tools and some of the other in the market, and why does it really make a difference to the final restoration and or the production?
That I'm an advocate for the answer to that question, because I'm constantly fighting against the narrative that a tool is a tool, because that is not the case. Using the right tool for the job makes a huge difference. Number one, to your bottom line, and to the quality of the restoration coming off of your equipment. And so, we help the bottom line by making a tool that lasts long. That's kind of a given. But we also drive it for surface finish, process times, all the things that you care about in a production environment, and repeatability. So the customers that use the Sierra product, they're used to being able to repeat the result over and over and over again, and work that into their business case. And that's, we create and sell a tool, but we really sell the solution the tool provides. And so that's kind of the value that we bring to the picture.
You mentioned not all tools are the same, essentially. So what's the difference between, right? Because you're not the only diamond coated burr or tool in the market. So how is the Sierra tool different than maybe some of those others that there are a little bit more similarities between?
Yeah, so I mean, with anything, when you have somebody who's in a business entity that innovates in it and we improve out a market, inevitably you end up with other players coming in. and that's perfectly awesome. We're happy to have competition in the space. However, Sierra takes a unique approach to dental tools in the way that we're focused only on dental. And so when we engineer our offering, it's specifically for the materials and the machines that they're designed to go into. Case in point, it really comes down to geometries and working with the software providers for creating milling parameters and making sure that everything's validated. And those are the kind of the extra steps that Sierra takes to make sure that when a laboratory uses our product, it's as good as it possibly can be.
You mentioned only being and really focused on the dental lab industry, and a lot of that gives you the opportunity to be experts and really a knowledge base to some of our users out there. Can you give us an overview of the We Team Up assets that are available and how you and Sierra are able to really add that extra support to your customer base?
Yeah, so when you boil it down, we are about creating value for the lab, and we do it through the tool as a vehicle, but we also we put a heavy emphasis on education. And so we have an education site. It's free to anybody who wants to go on there. It's called We Team Up. The URL, which we ought to drop in the description, Andrew, is weteamup-dental.com. And on there you'll find all of our blog posts, all of our education around tooling and digital processes, and any sort of content that we put out there. And we put it all in one place so that it can be used as a resource for anybody who wants to take advantage of that. And we're really very focused on service and support. It's that's a key aspect to how we operate.
And you work very closely with the Zahn support team and our tech support. Any cases or recent opportunities strike out about how you've been able to help troubleshoot a user?
Yeah, so we work, like you said, we work very closely with the Zahn team, and whenever something comes up where they need kind of a second level or another angle on something, everybody has our number, and it might not even just be about tooling. We also support design and machine applications, pretty much the whole thing when it comes to digital. It's funny. Recently, I got a call that actually wasn't from support. It was from one of the sales individuals, and they were working with a customer that was breaking tools and really frustrated that they were breaking tools. The customer was quite frustrated, and so we got on the line, and within about 20 minutes, figured out that it was a data transfer issue that the customer was having, because they had selected to use a aftermarket USB cable for their machine, and that caused the machine to have some errors, which was breaking tools. And it's a really good example of the insight and perspective that the Sierra team has, because we come out of the laboratory. Collectively, we've got decades and decades of experience in the laboratory, and when we heard the issue, we're pretty we're able to say, oh, that sounds like a USB cable. Are you using a aftermarket USB cable? Well, why, yes, we are. So we went back to the OEM one, gave them some suggestions on how to set that up on a network level, and problem solved, customer happy. And we do that exact same thing, comes up. That particular problem comes up pretty often, but we're always there as a second arm and a partner for the Zahn support team.
Not to get off topic, but it always amazes me how something as little as a USB wire can impact a mill or final restorations. It's always interesting.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to have like a really good overview knowledge of all the processes that are happening on the digital side. If you just focus down on the micro, you're not going to see the wider picture, and you might not have located that as an issue. And and that's kind of the added value that the Sierra team brings, and we're always happy to help.
You mentioned focus, and being focused, and to date, Sierra has been focused mainly, I believe, on the diamond coated burrs and some of the for zirconia. But it's no secret digital dentures are evolving, milling denture bases, milling composites, doing removables, is here and only evolving and making more labs bring that production in-house. What's Sierra working on now, or what's out recently from you that kind of plays into helping labs maybe expand their workflow?
Yeah, so we're always looking at the industry, and it's clear with the demographic changes that we're seeing through the population that removables are going to be hot, and the digital removable is something everybody's looking at. And so machining a denture, an RPD, or that sort of part has its own set of challenges, and we're always looking at ways that we can improve that from a tooling standpoint and a milling parameter standpoint. Case in point, we've had a really large degree of success with our rapid removal tool for the roll-in platform. That tool's cut process times on dentures by 40% on average, which is extremely valuable to a lab who's trying to make money doing a mill denture. And so we've that's one that we've proven, and there's a couple other things that are in the pipeline in the composite space, which are exciting. So we're talking about like not only your composites for like long-term temps and that sort of thing, but also materials like the fibrous materials like the Trinia or the Trilor, those sort of classifications as well. So stay tuned and follow Zahn, because when that stuff launches, there'll be a campaign on it. And then also follow us on We Team Up and Sierra Dental as well. Because we're always creating content there. So definitely, if you're looking for added value in the lab, keep an eye out.
Great. Well, Greg, we really appreciate your time. It's always exciting to see what you have new, but also what's coming. Evolution is continuing to grow, and I see the 6-disc changer behind you. So, being able to mill dentures faster, with your tools is really only impacting and improving everyone's workflow. So, really appreciate it, and can't wait to see what comes next.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. As always, we're here to help, and if anybody ever needs anything from the Sierra team, feel free to reach out.